Pooh Shiesty update. I'm going to play the clip. The clip puts to bed any idea that Pooh is cooked. You're going to hear Big 30's lawyer talking about Gucci's plans on testifying. For good measure, the reporter from a respected news outlet out in Texas saying the FBI hasn't exactly heard from Gucci. Check this out.
Interesting thing that we've seen in the last couple of days is that Gucci Mane has come out publicly and said that he's not cooperating with the government.
And it is worth noting that last week we did hear from an FBI agent who said that he had not heard from Gucci Mane either. He also noted that there were no working video cameras inside this recording studio at the time of this incident.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, it looks like the case is getting weird already, and it's getting weird pretty fast, where everything we thought we knew has now took yet another twist and turn. And according to Big 30's lawyer, there's been some false reports put out there concerning this Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane case. Now, I don't know how it could be any mix-ups when most of the information is said to come from whatever paperwork that people have been exposing, but then again, who knows how credible the paperwork is as well. In these days of social media, you never know what's real, which is why I always say take whatever you see or hear with a grain of salt, because you just never ever know. Now, when everything first took place, we were told by multiple bloggers and YouTubers that there was a video present of everything that took place, because one of the reasons were that they needed proof that Gucci Mane was the one that signed the paperwork releasing Pooh Shiesty out of his contract. However, it would then come out that there is no video that depicts Pooh Shiesty himself holding the firearm and forcing Gucci Mane to do anything, so it's going to be hard to charge him with being in possession of a firearm if they don't have any proof. Now, at first I was confused about bloggers saying that there was a video, so now it's being said that there isn't no video, but I have a reason why it may not be one. Because even if there was a video of Gucci Mane signing that contract, you'd think they were going to put people in camera pointing guns at him. If anything, the firearms will be pointed at him off camera, so it's not visible, therefore they can have proof of him signing the paperwork and show it off without it looking forced. I don't know, that's the only thing I could think of that would make sense of them now saying that there is no video after it had already been rumored that a video was taken by one of the guys to prove that Gucci signed the papers, and in fact people that was involved in the situation was trying to shop the video to others. But the thing that's really blowing the lid off everything is Big 30's lawyer now coming out saying that according to an FBI agent, they're saying Gucci is not willing to cooperate, and actually there was no working surveillance in the studio to show anything at the time of the alleged robbery, basically saying that right now everything is just hearsay. Now let me tell y'all right now, if there's no video surveillance showing anything, the feds might have a hard time with this one. The most they'll get on Pooh Shiesty and Big 30 is stolen items or a few minor charges, and here's why. Right now anybody can make a complaint and say that someone put a firearm to them and did a whole bunch of things. You can even have a witness there confirming what you're saying is true. But if you have a great lawyer, that'll be an easy case for them, because it's but so far law enforcement could go if they don't have any concrete evidence that you did anything, and you can't just prosecute someone off of word of mouth. As I always say, it's not what you know in court, it's what you could prove. So we're going to get into what Big 30's lawyer had to say, as well as celebrity attorney Mo Gangat, who also believes that Pooh Shiesty and Big 30 may have a chance after all. We're going to get into what Big 30's lawyer had to say first, but before we do, make sure you hit that thumbs up button so we can get this video into the algorithm. And if you not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it.
The interesting thing that we've seen in the last couple of days is that Gucci Mane has come out publicly and said that he's not cooperating with the government.
And it is worth noting that last week we did hear from an FBI agent who said that he had not heard from Gucci Mane either. He also noted that there were no working video cameras inside this recording studio at the time of this incident. Darcy.
Now, as you can see, he said out his own mouth that according to an FBI agent, they haven't heard from Gucci Mane, and coincidentally, the surveillance in the studio happened to not be working the night everything took place. Strange. Now, on top of that, here's what celebrity attorney Mo had to say in regards to everything. Y'all check this out.
Pooh Shiesty update. I'm going to play the clip. The clip puts to bed any idea that Pooh is cooked. You're going to hear Big 30's lawyer talking about Gucci's plans on testifying. For good measure, the reporter from a respected news outlet out in Texas saying the FBI hasn't exactly heard from Gucci. Check this out.
Interesting thing that we've seen in the last couple of days is that Gucci Mane has come out publicly and said that he's not cooperating with the government.
And it is worth noting that last week we did hear from an FBI agent who said that he had not heard from Gucci Mane either. He also noted that there were no working video cameras inside this recording studio at the time of this incident. Darcy.
If Gucci does not testify, the question of is Pooh cooked comes down to 2 paragraphs in the complaint plus 1 picture. I'll show them to you and walk you through it. What's very interesting about the picture is this is not like what you might imagine the recording studio looks like, with a couch, a bunch of buttons and boards, a glass plate, and then boom, the recording area directly in front of you. It looks like the recording area is somewhat off to the side, completely enclosed. It is not at all clear that anybody in the control room could actually see into the studio. And it's definitely clear that there could be people in parts of the control room who would not be able to see into the recording area at all. What does that mean? Well, we know the security guards were outside in the hallway. And we know that the only people who were in the control room were the business people. Gucci is inside the recording studio. When you read paragraph 21 and you read paragraph 22, it's funky. It doesn't exactly make a lot of sense. So if you read it, I want you to follow along. They say Big 30 barricades the door to the studio. They say that the security guards try to barge in, and when the security guards barge in, they get a peek and they see that they're outnumbered by the armed target suspects. It does not say that they are outnumbered by an armed Pooh Shiesty. Instead, they lump Pooh Shiesty in with the whole group of target suspects, suggesting that the security guards only saw other people, not Pooh with the gun. Later, where it's alleged that Pooh has the gun, he's allegedly holding it to the back of the head of one of the business people. And so, if there's anybody here other than Gucci who seems like they could put Pooh away, it's going to be one of the business guys. And so that's going to be ultimately, that guy's testimony seems to tell you where this entire case is headed. Everybody on the internet, I know you want to be so right, but the accused, when they get the full weight of the feds on them, deserve more than banter and gossip. Now that you have some facts from my video, you can go ahead and gossip about what that means, about how this is going to play out, because this shit's about to get crazy.
Now, one thing I would say is this: the feds aren't just going to come for no reason, and usually when they do, they have all the evidence that they need, which is why most times they either are offering you a plea or you just go straight to trial. But in this case right here, if you have an FBI agent stating that Gucci Mane isn't cooperating and they can't get in touch with him, who is basically their main character in all this, and then they're saying they have no surveillance evidence neither, I wonder what trick they're going to have up their sleeve for this. Maybe they jumped the gun, because they will have to prove that these two possess the firearm some way, somehow, and they can't just go off a hearsay, because that's not strong enough to hold up in the court of law. So what trick would they pull up to prove this, especially if Gucci Mane isn't willing to cooperate? Now, when it first came out that Gucci identified Pooh Shiesty in the Fed's paperwork, Poetic Flacco made a good point of why he probably did it and had no choice. Because if he did in fact sign that paperwork releasing Pooh Shiesty, in order for the contract not to be valid, he would have to admit that it was signed under duress. If he don't, Pooh Shiesty would possibly be a free man. So maybe in the midst of him admitting that, he had to admit that a crime was committed, which led to him signing the contract. I don't know, that seemed like the most logical answer there, and it seems like this whole situation is already getting weird, I guess we just have to stay tuned to see what's going on. Now, many of y'all may have heard that Big 30 and Pooh Shiesty's father was released, but that information is false. Shiesty's father was allowed to be released to home confinement, but a motion to revoke his release was granted.
And this is how they do you. Lontrell Williams Sr., the father of Lontrell Williams Jr., aka Pooh Shiesty, gets a bond set by a federal magistrate on his first appearance. The government goes to the district judge and says, hold him. We want to exercise our right to revoke that bond after review by a district judge, a review of the magistrate judge's decision. Now, when you get caught up in the feds, you're going to go and the judge is going to read the law. And he's going to say that there are two conditions that decide whether or not you get a bond. One, are you a danger to the community? Two, are you likely to flee? Prosecutors are supposed to uphold the law. Here's what they don't tell you. And they should. Because what the prosecutor does when they're trying to withhold the law is add the third condition. How important are you to my case? Right? Because they want this guy. They need this guy. And so you're going to get that motion to revoke the bond set by the magistrate.
And same goes for Big 30. He was going to be released on a $100K bond, but that was intercepted as well, forcing him to have to stay in jail. In which videos of him will already start going viral, showing him on the yard looking confused. Check this out.
Told y'all, Pooh, ain't nobody mad about no shit like that.
Now, is it just me, y'all? But something don't be right about these videos that be captured of these guys while they are incarcerated. For one, who's leaking these videos and how fast did they put it up there? But who's stupid enough to risk their whole careers to publish footage of incarcerated rappers? And it's to a point now where it happens so frequent that nobody stops to ask, how is this footage even getting out there? And how or why isn't anybody being penalized for it? I'm sure it's easy to find out who's behind it, because all you have to do is review the timestamp, see who was at that angle at the time in which the video was recorded, and then boom. Or they could ping whoever phone was being used at the time the video was taken and get them that way. I don't know, but the whole video taking of these artists while being incarcerated have been weird, and it seemed to be a frequent thing these days where once again nobody is saying anything. Now, on another note, a user on Instagram will make a very good point that I wanted to share, because I was wondering a few of the same things. The user would state, quote, something is off with this case. Why are the feds involved in a robbery? Same thing with Pooh Shiesty's first case in Florida. Both should have been state cases. With this case, they didn't wait for an indictment. They wanted him off the streets immediately, and now they're denying people bonds who were initially granted a bond. Something is off like they coming with a RICO or CCE indictment against them boys. Or they caught them on wiretaps about to do some other crime, and they had to come get them now. Either way, it's over for Pooh Shiesty. They all facing life, with some of them hardly doing anything other than having guns at a robbery. They all about to fold and tell. Now, we do know why the Fed stepped in for the second case concerning Gucci Mane, which is due to Pooh Shiesty already being on federal probation and then also crossing interstate lines under federal supervision while committing a crime allegedly that involved firearms. But the first case we initially seen him go to jail for back in 2020 was a little suspicious, considering the feds don't care about petty robbery cases because usually the state picked that up and it stays there. Now, unless it had a firearm with a switch involved or something that made the feds get involved, I don't know. But it was interesting to see that the case went federal out of nowhere. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what comes out of all this. Keep in mind, Pooh Shiesty is being accused of basically the same thing he was accused of in 2020, which was armed robbery that led to a shooting. And when you have priors or been convicted of something you're being charged with again, it's kind of hard to prove your innocence. But I'm sure Pooh will have his lawyers ready, as they already said he hired 2 big-time lawyers, so let's see what comes out of this. We'll keep you guys updated. Jump in the comments and let us know what y'all think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'ma keep on dropping. I'm out. Are you tired of a bunch of social media gurus promising you results with their course, but all they do is take a bunch of information off YouTube and Google, then sell it to you? But look no further. Our YouTube Tips and Tricks Masterclass course comes equipped with SEO tips and tricks along with methods we use to growth hack our YouTube channel. It also includes step-by-step ways to publish your video before uploading to guarantee a great SEO score, therefore your videos can rank and be shown to a bigger audience. Views and subscribers don't come by luck, and just how YouTube have an algorithm, you should have one as well that can guarantee you results. We doing websites and softwares we personally use to generate money creating Faces YouTube channels. If you also would like to skip the process and just buy other pre-built accounts, whether it's Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook, we also threw that in there for you too. We went through trial and error, so you don't have to. Click the link in the description or the comments and get started today.